There's something a lot of people don't realize about themselves. They think they're just good listeners. They think they're just nice or understanding or easy to talk to. And while that may be true, there's another side to it that doesn't always get talked about. Because some people aren't just listening, they're absorbing. They walk away from conversations feeling heavy, drained, or off, and they don't always know why. It's like they carry pieces of what other people say long after the conversation is over. And if that sounds familiar, this might be something you need to hear. You are not a sponge. You're not here to soak up everyone else's emotions, frustrations, or problems just because you have the capacity to understand them. There's a difference between listening to someone and carrying what they're going through as if it's yours. And a lot of gentle, caring people blur that line without even realizing it. Think about how this usually happens. Someone comes to you with a problem. Maybe they're frustrated. Maybe they're upset. Maybe they're just venting. And because you're the kind of person who wants to be there for others, you listen. You nod. You respond. You try to understand. Sometimes you even try to help fix it. But what people don't always see is what happens after that conversation ends. You're still thinking about it. You're replaying what they said. You're feeling their frustration, their stress, their emotions, like it somehow became yours. Meanwhile, they've already moved on. They said what they needed to say, released it, and went about their day. But you're still holding it. And over time, that adds up. You start feeling tired without knowing why. You feel overwhelmed even when nothing in your own life is necessarily wrong. You feel responsible for things that were never yours to carry in the first place. And the hardest part? You don't want to stop being a good person. You don't want to stop being someone people can come to. So instead of setting boundaries, you keep showing up the same way. And slowly, it drains you. But here's the change. Listening to someone does not mean you have to take on their emotional weight. Caring about someone does not mean you have to carry what they refuse to deal with. And being a kind person does not mean you have to be available for everything, all the time, from everyone. You can still be you without taking on everything. This doesn't mean you stop listening. It doesn't mean you become distant or cold. It just means you start paying attention to what belongs to you and what doesn't. Because not everything you hear is yours to hold on to. Sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is listen and then let it stay with them. You don't have to replay it later. You don't have to fix it. You don't have to carry it into your own space. You can care without carrying. And yes, at first, that might feel uncomfortable. because you're used to being the one who goes a little further, the one who gives a little more, the one who stays a little longer. But that's exactly why this matters. Because if you don't create that separation, people will keep coming to you the same way. Not always because they mean harm, but because they know you'll hold it. And that's where you have to make a quiet decision. Not a loud one, not a confrontational one, just a personal one. To protect your energy in small, everyday ways. It can look like this: not engaging in every conversation that feels heavy, not asking follow-up questions that pull you deeper into something you don't have the capacity for, not feeling guilty for stepping away when you need to, not trying to solve something that was never yours to solve. And sometimes, just changing how much of yourself you give in certain moments. Because the truth is, not everyone who comes to you is looking for help. Some people are just looking for somewhere to place what they don't want to carry. And if you're not careful, that somewhere becomes you. You're allowed to be kind. You're allowed to be supportive. You're allowed to be someone people trust. But you're also allowed to have limits. You're allowed to have space. You're allowed to say, even if it's just to yourself, this isn't mine. That doesn't make you selfish. It makes you aware. And awareness changes everything. Because once you realize you don't have to carry everything, you start moving differently. You listen differently. You show up differently. And most importantly, you protect your peace without losing who you are. You don't have to stop being a gentle person to stop being drained. You just have to stop acting like a sponge. If this is something you've been dealing with, just know you're not alone in it. A lot of people who care deeply end up carrying more than they should. But the moment you start separating what's yours from what isn't, things begin to feel lighter. Together, let's move from doubt to power, one story at a time.